Look, the Red Wings are back in action tonight, right? They're in Winnipeg, I believe. Dylan Larkin has come back. We talked about the importance of a captain, but he was injured not too long ago. All right, right.
We've talked about that.
You know what that's all about, right?
Yeah.
What he said is slightly concerning, I think, not just from an athlete's standpoint, but I think from some fans. I don't take it too deep, but he did say in so many words, you're just not sure on the ice that you're going to be protected. And he's talked to a lot of players about that. As a guy who played a very physical game, and I think Gary Bettman wrongfully has kind of taken that out. How important do you think it is that the commissioner and the league in general be that watchdog, knowing full well that they don't allow the watchdogs on the ice any longer?
You're just teeing me up, man. You're like a shop. They even threw Bettman's name in there. The guy that ruined my game. Dude, you nailed it. Forget all the BS. Forget all the cement, like whatever, like that. Everybody who knows me knows that this ain't my game. I had to rewatch it. But to hear a captain of your team, but a player in a league say, I don't know if I'm safe or we're going to get protected by the league. The one thing that I was sure about, right, is that all my teammates, we knew they had your back, but there was some sort of unwritten rule, right? The biggest thing that I said about the Dylan Larkin play is the fact that the guy that did it feels it's okay to put your stick there. Mm-hmm. Like it's the deterrent back in when we played that somebody was gonna ring your bell or come out there and the old saying, the anticipation of death's worse than death itself, right? Because you got to fight somebody and at the end of the day, but guys wouldn't get there wasn't the high sticks to the head. A guy falling down, you just have more care in those situations. Like, if you were going to line a guy up clean and absolutely light him up, that's part of the game. You'd go to light a guy up, and he'd sort of turn, and you'd pull up, and you'd say, bro, you owe me. You're like, I could have killed you. Right, like this, but there's a respect factor to that.
So those conversations take place on the ice, you're saying, right there?
Oh, hell yeah. Back in the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they do all now because everybody knows each other and they cut deals. But there's certain, when you play that violent of a game at the level that I did or we did, you got to, we call it cutting deals. You got to cut deals with some guys. So, right, I'm not going to hit you from behind, Chelly, so you don't hit me from behind or whatever. Whereas you'll see other guys, right? They'll swing sticks at each other.
Right.
That's their deal, right? There's sort of a respect because if I get that respect, it feeds down to my guys also. Mm-hmm. So, yes, they don't give, but you're acting like they ever cared about player safety and stuff that. They act like they do. They care about the dollar. And you know what? It bothers me. It bothers me a lot that you have your captain coming out, and good for him to say that because he honestly feels that way. But the game's too fast. It's responsibility.
But do you look at him differently because he said it?
No, I look at him like a G. I look at him like fucking leadership. Like fucking call it the way it is. Mm-hmm. Right? Because maybe a younger guy in any league, right, if he talks out, he's talking out of school. Dylan Larkin is the captain. He's earned that much respect. He's been injured. Mm-hmm. It ain't the first time. Look at the Jamie Benn cross-stick to the back of the neck.
Right.
That thing's worse than that was worse than anything ever. So
but Jamie Benn's a veteran. He should know better than that.
He's also notorious scumbag.
Yeah,
I know. I'm just
okay.
All I'm saying is
notorious scumbags can't be dealt with the way that they used to be dealt with. Kneeing them in the head, smash their face against the board, put them in a friggin' fetal turtle position, get 4 minutes to rough and score in the overtime winner. That's done.
Right.
Thank God back then. It was Brian Burke and the way that the league was run that they knew that the most hated guy needed that.
Right. So that when you say you act like they ever cared, I think they did back then.
Yeah, when the game was different.
Right. Now they don't.
They haven't for a long time. It's about trying to get the dollar. It's about they'd rather worry about the what the show in Vegas looks like and the fact of getting Vegas to the finals for viewership and stuff like this than taking care of anybody. Like when guys realize they're expendable, and until like you're one of the upper elite, you know, like in any sport, that it's
does it
officiated differently.
but shouldn't it bother you more that all they got was a 2-minute penalty? More so,
yes. So there's no accountability,
right,
to the league either. That's the disappointing thing.
Then how
And
do you
it's not
change
just
it?
Here.
How do you change it?
I don't, how do you change anything? If something's wrong, right, systematically, where's the fault? What do we call for? Right? What do we call it for? Who do you want changed for the Pistons in this losing streak? Right? If it ain't, it's not it's the owner. You got to change who's running the show. It's never going to change with Bettman. It hasn't. His game has evolved into the European. The best thing for the NHL is that they changed all the ice to Olympic size
ice, yeah.
So then at least but there's no accountability. Right? My biggest problem is the fact that a guy thinks it's okay to get his stick up that high.
Yeah.
Right? Without repercussion or the league or knowing, hey, I'm only going to get 2 minutes.
Right.
And now we're talking the biggest thing, because you're talking about neurological, you're talking about CT, you're talking about stuff. Right. That's a little bit different. At least back in the day, you know, when we dropped our gloves, you might break a nose or get cut or whatever like that, but that can be fixed.
Yeah, it's about not just careers, but it's about people's livelihoods or their lives. You know, how their quality of life moving forward is what it can be about in a situation like that. So we've seen it quite a bit.